welcome back. And this is my review of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Season 6, Episode 15, Fools Rushed In. So let's get started. The first couple that we see is Shekinah and Sarper. They are at the doctor's office where Shekinah is getting a rhinoplasty nose consultation. Apparently, in the past, she has had a couple of surgeries, and this time she's hoping that the third time's the charm and hoping that she will get her nose as perfect as she allegedly wants it. I personally saw her nose. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it, but it's her nose and she wants surgery. Later, the doctor wants to mark up her nose, but we see that Sarper has the marker and begins to mark up her nose. And the doctor claims that he, did a really good job at marking up her nose. In fact, it was kind of perfect. And Sarper kind of felt like he knew exactly what type of nose she's looking for, or probably what type of nose he wants, even though I think he did at some point mention that he thought her nose was perfect and didn't see anything wrong with it, and that she always wants to be perfect. So I don't know. I think he does too, visually. So he's one to talk. So later, Sarper brings her to the hospital on the day of the surgery. He's a little bit concerned, and he's of course hoping that she'll get through the anesthesia, and just going under and being under the going under and getting surgery is always kind of nervous for most family members, but nonetheless, they wheel her back, and hopefully she did well because they did not show us this episode. So next up, we have Joanne and Sean. The kids are on their way back to the U.S. Remember, this is why she brought her best friend, so that she could travel back with the children back home to the U.S. So we see Joey, who is packing. Joanna's talking to him. He told her that I think she asked him if he was ready to go home. He said, yeah, he was ready to go home. And they still talk about it. She kind of still reassures them that everything's going to be fine. And, she's going to figure out these schedules. And, his concern was that, he feels like he's going to be put in the kind of a parent role to his younger brother because she's out of the country, because he felt like, what if something happens to an emergency happens while his little brother is in school. And so he feels like he's going to be the one that has to kind of jump in and be responsible for that part. And she said, no, you're not. That's why you have, your dad and grandparents that can step up, that will be able to step up and step in. And, I think he just really doesn't want her to live in another country. And rightly so. I mean, they've been living together for most all of his life. So I think it was really selfish that they did this. I don't know how any of this will be right for everybody that's involved. I mean, everybody's going to miss her. She can't be in, the U.S. She can't be in one place where everyone is going to really be happy for her. Because if she's in the U.S., then I'm sure her husband and her stepdaughter now is going to miss her. And then if she's, where he's at, then she's going to be, her kids are going to miss her. Her mom is going to miss her. Her friends are going to miss her. So, this is a weird and tricky situation. They're all going to have to try to navigate and get used to it. And, hopefully in the end, they can make it work. I'm not really sure how that's going to go. But next up, we see Josh and Lily. They are on their way to some type of night market to kind of try some different Chinese foods. Jared, the brother, I mean, he seems like he's helping to ease some of the tension that has been going on between the two since he's arrived. They get to the market, and Jared asked her, what's her favorite food. And so they start trying different dishes. And, he enjoys some of the dishes. I think they had some type of um, flamed pear dessert or something like that. And then also they tried some type of squid. And, he's definitely was open to trying a lot of the stuff. He's not sure. He said if these things that they're arguing about are kind of just petty things or kind of real issues that need to be addressed. And, um, at the end, Lily just wants to know that um, Josh is grateful for the things she has done for him. But again, like the brother said, he isn't working. Like I said, the brother said Josh isn't working. So there's really not a lot of monetary things that he can contribute to this, but these also are things that she already knew about. So it's like she's just gonna have to continue talking with him and assuring him. um and the same with Josh. She's gonna have to assure her that he's definitely grateful for the things, but I think he has told her that he thanked her a lot for the things that she's done. But for some reason, I still do think that she has an issue with the financial part of things. So they need to continue talking. I just say go back home already, Josh. I don't know what more you can do for her. And I don't know why they're going to continue moving forward with getting married. But I digress. Next couple we see is James and Tata. So we see them riding in one of those, I think they're like a tuk-tuk car or something like that. They kind of like nearly miss running into like a truck that was in front of them, but I guess they're good drivers, but it just was shocking to see it. And and so Josh has been in Indonesia now for about 6 weeks, and says that living with her parents is very intrusive and harder than he thought. He says they don't have money to move back or to move out because they are having, their second marriage in Indonesia. I believe they have one in the US, but her family was not able to attend it. And in the next 2 weeks, they have to plan their second marriage wedding, which is going to be in Indonesia. So he says he's under a lot of pressure. They're on their way to get ready to try on some Japanese traditional wedding attire. And, they kind of just revisit the same topic. As he complained, I guess, or expressed his feelings about living with her parents, Tata just feels like they should be helping her dad and, mom with the business. And James feels like it doesn't help them make any money. And I just want to know, is there any episode that Tata did not cry? Like she literally cries and is emotional in every single episode that I feel like I've watched. Um, and so, he does ask her a question about if things don't work out and he has to move back, would she go? And she gets really like angry. She's like, no, maybe you go back by yourself. She said, because I'm not going to the US. She says that she's staying in Indonesia. She misses her family. She likes being, around her family. But I just, I really just don't know how this relationship is going to work. I think he misses the US. I don't know if he misses his family like she misses her family, but I think he feels better off in the US because obviously they make more money in the US. The jewelry business isn't selling well, both Indonesia, nor is it selling well online. And so he really just has some apprehensions about staying there. But if she doesn't want to go back, I think if she came back to the US, she would be miserable. and I think she would end up back in Indonesia. And then him staying there long term, I don't feel like he's gonna do well either. So in the long run, I really don't see how this relationship is going to turn out, because they both just want different things out of life. He doesn't even. It's like he doesn't want kids. He's told her that. Well, he hasn't. He hasn't said he doesn't want kids, but he's leaning more towards not wanting kids. She definitely wants kids, so I don't know how this is gonna work. I just feel bad for the both of them. Um, Again, she says she's not going back to the U.S., so I don't know how this is going to work. I don't. I just see it doomed. I don't see that this can long term work. And we know most of these couples end up getting married and then end up getting a divorce. So we'll see how this all plays out over this season. But thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And on your way out, if you like any of this content, please like, comment, or subscribe. And remember, life has no remote. Get up and change it yourself. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.